Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're bringing you another in the series of the 1927 Yankees take on all comers. And today's challenger, Nolan Ryan of the 1974 California Angels. Angels finished in last place in 1974 in the American League West, but Nolan Ryan had a record of 22 wins, 16 losses, with an earned run average of 2.893. I'm sorry, 2.89. So, this is the matchup today from the Bronx against the 1927 Yankees. It's 57 degrees, wind speed 15 miles per hour, right to left, and it is April 8th. Let's play ball and get to the starting lineups. And just a friendly reminder, if you'd like to get in on the Subscribers League using Action PC Baseball, go back a few days to the Out of the Ballpark video I did. You'll see it's about 63 views. And check out the last 5 to 10 minutes of the video. It says what teams you can pick, and then down in the comments pick a team, and we're going to be starting the subscriber league up pretty soon once I get the logistics down. We had a little impromptu about 2.5 hour chat session last night. We were going to play an exhibition, that was my initial thought, but we didn't get to it. We just had a lot of fun chatting baseball games, baseball in general, movies, and other topics. And we have Greg Gurecki, friend from the north, in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. He says Ryan gets 27 strikeouts, LOL. That would be awesome. I will be playing as the 1974 California Angels. The computer will be playing as the 1927 New York Yankees. I set both lineups. The Yankee lineup is the lineup from 1927, their third game of the year, which is basically the same lineup, except the designated hitter. This project, we're using designated hitter, and so we have a designated hitter for the Yankees. For California, I use their opening day lineup out of Baseball Reference, 1974. Nolan Ryan's going to have to come up huge to keep the Angels in this game. We have Ken Castro in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Let's get to the lineups and get this game started. And if you're watching, feel free to jump in the chat. We've got Greg Gurecki and Ken Castro, two excellent gentlemen and fine human beings. And they will chat baseball with you and share your projects along with them. And they'll tell you what they're doing. And I'll be jumping in the chat in between innings, or as I see fit, which is most often. All right. For the visiting 1974 California Angels, they had a record, and again, they finished last in 1974 in the West. 68 wins, 94 losses. The 1927 New York Yankees won the World Series, and they had a record of 110 wins, 44 losses. All right. Leading off for the Angels, playing center field, Mickey Rivers. Batting second, playing second base, Denny Doyle. Batting third, playing left field, Bobby Valentine. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Mike Epstein. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Bob Oliver. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Leroy Stanton. Batting eighth, the catcher, Eli Rodriguez. Batting ninth, the shortstop, Dave Chalk. As I said, on the mound, Nolan Ryan, he went 22 wins, 16 losses, earned run average 2.89. For the hometown Murderers Row 1927 New York Yankees, who will be managed by the computer, there will be times where I'll take over the Yankees for pitching changes or possible pinch hitters, but the best players are in the starting lineup. There's not many people you're going to pinch hit for because we have the DH. So you have Earl Combs in center field. He's been outstanding. batting first. Very good center fielder. Forearm. And then second, the shortstop, Mark Koenig. Solid defensive shortstop. Then the Bambino in right, Babe Ruth. Solid arm, average defensive range. Gehrig's at first, batting fourth. Bob Musil batting fifth in left field. Tony Lazzeri batting sixth, second baseman. Joe Dugan at third, batting seventh. Doing the catching and batting eighth, Johnny Grabowski. And the designated hitter, Ben Pasquale. So Mickey Rivers to lead off here for the 1974 California Angels, and he's going to be facing, this is a very interesting one I went back to look, he'll be facing Bob Shawkey, and Bob Shawkey started the third game of the year for the 2017 Yankees. His record for the year was 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 saves, as they went back and looked at what was considered a save, as they did not have saves in 1927. His earned run average 2.89, batting average against 267. So actually, the Angels have a pretty good opportunity against this pitcher. He's not one of the better pitchers, and he gives up a 267 batting average. His battery mate, Johnny Grabowski, below average defensive catcher, average arm. You have Dugan at third, 7 out of 10 defensive range. Same with Koenig at short, 7 out of 10 defensive range. Tony Lazzeri, 8 out of 10. And Gehrig, 9 out of 10. Very solid in defensive range infield for the Yankees. Musil in left, 4 out of 10 range, 9 arm. Combs, 9 out of 10 range, 4 out of 10 arm. And Ruth, 5 out of 10 range, 9 out of 10 arm. So Mickey Rivers, left-handed batter. In 1974, Mick the Quick batted .285 for the Angels. 3 home runs, 31 runs batted in. 9 out of 10 bunter. The Yankees are playing their infield normal. And Rivers batted .283 off right-handed pitching. I think we're gonna try a little bunt hit here. Grabowski goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Rivers. He's gonna put the bunt down. It's a good one. It's a good one. And that's an infield hit. No, they're gonna give an error on the catcher, Grabowski, when he bobbled the ball a bit. So they're gonna give an error. Rivers reaches on the error by Grabowski. We don't get an infield hit, but we achieve what we wanted. Leadoff runner on, 9 out of 10 base running ability, 66% chance of stealing second. Gehrig to hold him on. Denny Doyle steps to the plate. Doyle in 1974 batted .260 for the Angels. 1 home run, 34 RBIs. Mickey Rivers, 66% chance of stealing second. We're going to take a shot at that. Here's the pitch by Shawkey. Rivers is off and running. The throw down, and Rivers is in there safely. He beats the Grabowski throw, so he's in scoring position. The count now on Denny Doyle is no balls, 1 strike. And I think what we're going to do here, because we want to get runs, we got to play small ball with this team. I think I want Denny Doyle to put a sacrifice bunt down here. Let's get Rivers over to third for Valentine and Robinson. So here comes a sac bunt. The windup and the pitch. Doyle squares the bunt, and oh, he lined out foul with the bunt. He popped it up in the air, and Dugan makes one heck of a play. Denny Doyle fails miserably at the sacrifice. So there's 1 out. Mickey Rivers at second base, and Bobby Valentine steps to the plate. Bobby Valentine for the 1974 Angels batted .261, 3 home runs and 39 RBIs. 264 off right-handed pitching. So that was a killer. Denny Doyle couldn't get that ball down and move Rivers over. The windup and the pitch by Shawkey. Valentine strikes out looking. So now there's 2 outs. They don't want to strand Rivers at second. Hall of Famer Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Looks funny to see Frank Robinson in the Angels helmet, doesn't it? At least to me it does. I wonder how Greg Gurecki and Ken Castro think about that, what they think. It's strange when you see a player. I've never seen him in an Angel uniform for all the years I've watched baseball. Frank, coming towards the end of his career, batted .251, 20 home runs and 63 RBIs for the 74 Angels. He would go on to be a player manager for the Cleveland Indians, I think in 75. I think he'd go to Cleveland 75. Definitely in 76. Greg Gorecki says, very odd. Greg or Ken, what year did he go to Cleveland to be the player manager? Was it 75? Alright, so Robinson has an RBI opportunity here. He only batted .237 though off right-handed pitching. Shawkey looking to get out of this little mini jam. Rivers at second. 2 outs. Grabowski goes through the sign. Shawkey nods his head. He sets and delivers to Robinson. Robinson walks. So good job by Frank Robinson. On the 3-2 count, he did not chase that ball at the knees and inside. So runners at first and second for Mike Epstein. Epstein did not hit well for the Angels. 161. No, 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, and only 62 at-bats. Again, this is the opening day lineup I used for the 74 Angels. So, let's see if Epstein can come through with a clutch hit. And he only batted .200 off right-handed pitching. So there's a good chance that Bob Shawkey will get out of the jam here. He rocks and delivers to Epstein. Epstein swings, grounds to Koenig, who goes to Garrett, getting over. So the 74 Angels threaten but do not score. Greg Gorecki says 1975 for Frank Robinson. And there we have him. The Ryan Express. Nolan Ryan out on the mound, as I stated, 22 wins, 16 losses, 2.89 earned run average. Batting average against 190. He struck out 367 in 1974. Walked 202. Here's mind-boggling. Listen to this, all you pitchers. He threw 332 innings. I don't think he was coming out after 5 1/3. What do you think? Silly the way they baby pitchers nowadays. Just my thought. Oh, Ken Castro is going to give me a history maker on Epstein. Sad sack, whiffer, slugger in History Maker Baseball, LOL. Awesome, Ken. Keep them coming, Ken and Greg. You're also part of the show. I can't do this stuff without you guys. So Earl Combs steps to plate. In this project, Combs has been outstanding. .667 batting average. 1 home run, 1 RBI. In actuality, again, it's not actuality because we're not really playing the season out, but in 27 he batted .356, 6 home runs and 64 RBIs. He has been a terror so far in the first 2 games against Pedro Martinez and Chris Sale. I suggest if you haven't watched those videos, if you want, check them out. Very fun game. So Nolan Ryan's on the mound. Righty-lefty matchup. Rodriguez goes through the signs. Ryan nods his head. Rodriguez puts the target up. He rocks and fires to Combs. And that is no, it's going to be a triple as Combs goes flying around second base. As that ball hit the right center field wall, Stanton was not quick enough to get to it, and Combs has himself a leadoff triple. And Ryan and the Angels are already on the ropes. Greg Gorecki says of Epstein, decent fielder with power but low average. I believe he's talking about Mike Epstein. He went on to play for the Oakland A's, I believe the World Series teams in the 72, 73, 74. So Mark Koenig steps to the plate. He's batting .125 in this replay project. No homers, 1 RBI. .285 in 1927. 3 home runs, 62 RBIs. Combs at third. Yankees looking to jump out here. The windup and the pitch to Koenig. That ball sent out to Mickey Rivers in right center field. He makes the running catch, scoring on the sacrifice fly. Is Earl Combs. 1-0, 1927, New York Yankees. Oh, 70. That's true. This is 74 and 72. Thank you. I should have just used my own logic. How could he play for the A's in 74 if he was on the Angels? So he has a World Series ring then, Mike Epstein. Babe Ruth comes to play. Babe Ruth has struggled so far in this project. 143 average, no home runs, no RBIs. The Bambino in 27 batted 356, 60 home runs, 164 runs batted in, 361 off right-handed pitching. So this is a clash of legends here. Nolan Ryan, Babe Ruth. Who wins the first battle here? Will Ryan add to his strikeout numbers, or will Ruth add to his home run total? We shall see in a moment. The windup and the pitch to the Bambino. And that ball goes out to Bobby Valentine in left for out number 2. So Ruth flies out to Valentine. 2 outs, bases empty, 1-0 Yankees. And the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, steps to plate. Yankee first baseman. He struggled in this project. 125 batting average, no home runs, no RBIs. And he has struck out a plethora of times. Another righty-lefty matchup here for Nolan Ryan. Rodriguez goes through the signs. Ryan sets and delivers to Gehrig. And Gehrig sends that ball gone to right field. He crushed that Ryan offering. That fastball didn't get by the Iron Horse. It is now 2-0. 1927 Yankees. So Gehrig breaks out in a big way. Now stepping to the plate, Bob Musil. He's batting 143, 1 home run, 1 RBI in this project. In 1927, 337, 8 home runs, and 103 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. 2 outs, nobody on. And that ball is grounded past Oliver into left field for a 2-out single. As the hit parade continues here, for the 27 Yankees, Tony Lazzeri steps to the plate. Lazzeri, 125, no home runs, no RBIs. In 1927, though, 309, 18 home runs, 102 runs batted in. Musil, 8 out of 10 base running ability. 43% chance of stealing second. Epstein holding him on. Ryan rocks and fires to Lazzeri, and he strikes out Tony Lazzeri to end the inning, but the Yankees do damage. They score 2 runs and lead the Angels and Nolan Ryan 2-0 as we go to the top of the second. 2 up for the Angels, Oliver, Stanton, and Rodriguez. Bob Oliver steps to the plate. 248 in 1974, 8 home runs and 55 runs batted in. Let me quickly go to the chat as Greg Gurecki says, Mike Epstein had a great season in 1972 during the regular season, but was dreadful in the playoffs. In the regular season, 26 home runs and 70 RBIs. Wow, that's really good. In the series, 1 for 16. Ouch. So Bob Oliver's at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. He batted 290 off right-handed pitching. Bob Shawkey on the mound. Peers in at Grabowski. He sets and delivers to Oliver. And Oliver pops that ball up to second base. Lazzeri makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. And that will bring Leroy Stanton, Angel right fielder, batted 267, 11 home runs and 62 runs batted in. I think we're going to be a little more patient with Shawkey, as he did walk 16 batters and struck out 23, so Stanton is going to take. And Shawkey gets in there with a curveball. That's a hard curveball there, 87 mile per hour curveball. For strike number 1, Stanton down in the count, no balls, 1 strike. He's ready to grip and rip. Shawkey rocks and fires. Here's the pitch to Stanton. And Stanton singles into left field. So a 1-out single for Leroy Stanton. 7 out of 10 base running ability. 56% chance of stealing. Second base, Gehrig to hold him on. And Eli Rodriguez, the California catcher, steps to the plate. 253, 7 home runs, 36 RBIs. Bunt 8 out of 10. Hit and run 4 out of 10. We're Angels are down 2, top of the second. On deck is Chalk, the shortstop. We're going to take a shot, try to steal second base. The windup and the pitch by Shawkey. Stanton's off and running. There's a throw down, and they nail him this time. Grabowski's throw was true. And applying the tag was Koenig. So 2 outs, base is empty. He rolled the dice, as they say in tabletop baseball. Let me jump to the chat real quick. Ken Castro says, not for nothing, but life was hard in the 20s. These guys on the Yankees and of that era in general, like 20 years older than they're actually, and they do look much older. That is a very good point. I was thinking the same thing when I load up these pictures for these teams. They do look a lot older than their age. Gehrig looks alright, but these other guys, Gehrig and Grabowski don't, Grabowski looks, but Gehrig looks okay. So 2 outs, base is empty. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez singles into right field. So our strategy of trying to attempt the steal probably ran us out of an inning. So now there's 2 outs, runner at first. Gehrig holding Rodriguez on. 5 out of 10 base running ability, 20% chance of stealing second. And Dave Chalk at the plate, 252 hitter, 5 home runs, 31 RBIs. He's looking for something he can take back up the middle off Shawkey. Yankees looking to get the last out of this inning. Grabowski flashes the signs. The windup and the pitch by Shawkey. And before that, they quickly throw over to first, and Rodriguez is back safely. Once again, Shawkey toes the rubber, peers in at Grabowski. He sets and delivers to Chalk. That's a wild pitch! So Rodriguez gets to second base. He's in scoring position. The count's now 2 balls, 1 strike. Chalk in the driver's seat. Steps out of the box, rubs some dirt on his hands, gets back in the batter's box. The windup and the pitch to Chalk. And Chalk grounds that ball in the right field past Lazeri. We have a 76% chance of scoring Rodriguez. And we're going to take that shot. So we're going to go with Rodriguez, 5 out of 10 base running against Babe Ruth, 9 out of 10 arm. Let's see what the Bambino can do. Here comes Rodriguez. And we're going to hold Chalk at first. Here's the throw to the plate, and sliding in safely is Rodriguez. Getting there just ahead of the Ruth throw. Grabowski's tag came late. 2-1. Hello, Max Cornelius. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Greg Gorecki was almost close. He said, and Chalk hits a line drive into the seats. No, he hit a line drive into right, though, scoring a run. So the Angels right back in this ball game. Tying run at first, and Dave Chalk, 7 out of 10 base run ability, 26% chance of stealing second. I really regret my attempt of stealing second with Stanton. Kind of took me out of the inning, but now top of the order, Mickey Rivers. He's 0 for 1 today. Mick the Quick. He awaits the Shawkey offering, righty-lefty matchup. Shawkey sets and delivers to Rivers. 2 outs, 1 on. Rivers works a walk. So Shawkey's in a bit of trouble. Chalk at second. Rivers at first. Excellent speed on the base paths. Rivers the quicker of the two. Denny Doyle steps to the plate. Doyle failed miserably in a sacrifice bunt attempt when Mickey Rivers got on with the error and stole second. Doyle failed to bunt him over to third as he popped out to Dugan at third. RBI opportunity here for Denny. Grabowski flashes the sign, sets the target. Shawkey rocks and fires. Here's the pitch to Doyle, and Doyle grounds to Gehrig, who takes it to first himself, inning over. Angels get 1. We go to the bottom of the second. The 1927 Yankees 2. The 1974 California Angels and Nolan Ryan 1. Ryan back out on the mound. He gave up 2 runs in the first inning. He'll be facing Dugan, Grabowski, and Pasquale. Joe Dugan in this project replay, 143 average, no home runs, no RBIs. In 1927, the Yankee third baseman batted .269, 2 home runs, and 43 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by the Ryan Express. Dugan goes down. He chased the pitch out of the zone. Ryan set him up with that curveball beautifully. And that was another hard curveball there. 90 miles per hour on that curveball. 1 out. Johnny Grabowski, catcher, steps to the plate, batting .333 in this project replay. No home runs, no RBIs. In 1927, .277. No home runs, 25 RBIs. Ellie Rodriguez flashes a sign. Ryan nods his head. Here's the pitch to Grabowski. And Grabowski works a walk. 5 out of 10 base runner. Epstein holding Grabowski on. Stepping to the plate, the Yankee designated hitter, Ben Pasquale. He's batting .167 in the project. No home runs, no RBIs. Oh my God, that's too funny. You quickly go to the chat. Ken Castro says, was it Rodriguez who had the famous Topps card that had the Bat Boy pitcher instead of him? Greg Gorecki says, I think so. Oh, we're going to have to look that up later. That's hilarious. So Pasquale's at the plate. He batted .317 in 1927. 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, and only 82 at-bats. Ryan looking to induce a double play ball here and get out of the inning, keep it a 1-run deficit. The windup and the pitch to Pasquale. And that ball goes out and off the left center field wall. Valentin retrieves it. Mickey Rivers retrieves it, excuse me. We have no chance of getting Grabowski at the plate, so we shall hit the cutoff man. It's going to be 3-1. Yankees, Pasquale doubles in a run. Top of the order now. Earl Combs, he's 1 for 1 today. He tripled in the first. RBI opportunity here for Combs. Pasquale on second. Ryan gets the sign. He rocks and delivers. That ball's grounded to Chalk, who throws to Epstein. Out number 2, Pasquale stays put at second base. Now Mark Koenig, Yankees shortstop, steps to the plate. He had a sacrifice fly in the first, scoring Combs from third, giving the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Ryan peers in at Rodriguez. He's ready. The windup and the pitch to Koenig. 2 outs, 1 on. That ball sent out to Valentin left. He makes the catch, inning over, but once again, the 1927 Yankees put a run up on the board. We go to the top of the third. Yankees 3, the Angels 1. 2 up for California. Valentin, Robinson, and Epstein. Bobby Valentin 0 for 1 today. He's going to take ball 1. So Shawkey missed the zone. Fastball outside. Valentine in the driver's seat. Shawkey nods his head. Grabowski puts the target up. The windup and the pitch to Bobby V. And Valentin sends that ball out to right center field, and Combs runs it down for the first out at the top of the third. Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Robinson walked his first time up. He digs in. He's looking for a ball he can drive out of Yankee Stadium. Shawkey's ready. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Robinson sends that ball out to Combs in center. Out number 2. So Combs has the first 2 putouts of the inning. 2 outs, no one on, and the very weak hitting Mike Epstein steps to the plate for the 74 Angels. He's 0 for 1 today. Righty-lefty matchup. Shawkey looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Grabowski sets the target. The windup and the pitch by Bob Shawkey. And Epstein gets a walk. 4 consecutive balls. He's at first base, not a threat to steal, though Gehrig is still holding him on. And Bob Oliver steps to the plate. He represents the tying run. He only had 8 home runs, though, in 1974. He's going to take. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Fastball in there on the inside part of the plate, and Oliver did not like that ball. Glares back at the umpire, steps out of the batter's box, now steps back in the batter's box. He's ready to grip and rip. 2 outs, 1 on, no balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Oliver. But before that, they throw over to first. Epstein is back. Gehrig swipe tag was too late. Shawkey hits the reset button now. Gets a sign from Grabowski. The windup and the pitch to Oliver. And Oliver strikes out, inning over. We go to the bottom of the third. 1927 Yankees 3, the 1974 California Angels 1. And now, the epic matchup continues. Babe Ruth against Nolan Ryan. Ruth 0 for 1. He flew out to Valentin, deep left in the first inning. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And Ruth goes down. Swing and a miss. Could not catch up to that 98-mile-per-hour fastball. 1 out. Now Lou Gehrig steps to the plate. Gehrig homered. The Yankee fans hope he finally breaks out of his slump. Righty-lefty matchup. Rodriguez sets the target. Here's the pitch to Gehrig. Gehrig singles up the middle. So he's 2 for 2 today. He definitely looks like he's broken out. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming has jumped in the chat with Mr. Brody. How you doing, my friend? Remember to check out Higher Ground Gaming with Eric and Mr. Brody. Great channel, great retro sports stuff. So 1 out, 1 on. Bob Musil steps to the plate. 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Angels look to try to turn 2 here. Nolan Ryan peers in at Rodriguez. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Musil. And Gehrig is trying to steal second, and Rodriguez throws him out by a mile. Doyle with the tag, so now there's 2 outs, bases clear, no balls, 1 strike. Musil steps back in the batter's box, 1 for 1 today. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And he strikes out Musil to retire the side. We go to the top of the fourth. Yankees 3, Angels 1. 2 up for California. Stanton, Rodriguez, and Cha. Stanton's 1 for 1 today. He singled in the second and was thrown out trying to attempt to steal second base. We have to be very quiet. Greg Gurecki is listening someplace that I will not say. But thank you very much, Greg Gurecki. The windup and the pitch by Shawkey. And Stanton strikes out. Big swing and a miss. Fastball got blown right by him. So that's a first out, top of the fourth. Ellie Rodriguez, Angels catcher, 1 for 1 today. He singled in the second. He'll take. Here's the pitch by Shawkey. Ball 1. He'll take again. Ball 2. Shawkey. A lapse in control here. 2 balls, no strikes. Grabowski looks sternly out at the mound. Sets the target. The windup and the pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Rodriguez put that bat on his shoulder. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike finally. Fastball in the inside corner. Rodriguez was not happy with that call. So 3-1 count. Hitter's count here for Rodriguez. Shawkey peers in at Grabowski, gets the sign. He rocks and delivers to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez grounds to Gehrig, who flips to Shawkey, covering the bag for out number 2. So after falling behind in the count, Shawkey does an excellent job to get the out. 2 outs, no one on. The number 9 hitter, Dave Chalk, shortstop, steps to plate. He's 1 for 1 today. He singled in the second, knocking in Rodriguez, scoring the California run at the time 2-1, now since 3-1. He'll take. Here's the pitch by Shawkey. Strike 1. Fastball in there at the knees. No balls, 1 strike. Shawkey digs in. The windup and the pitch to Chalk. That's a grounder back to Shawkey. Throws to Gehrig, getting over. Go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 Yankees. 2 up for New York. Lazzeri, Dugan, and Grabowski. Tony Lazzeri's 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the first. Ryan would love to victimize him again. Here comes the Express. Lazzeri grounds that ball past Chalk into left field. So not this time, Mr. Ryan. Lazzeri, 8 out of 10 base running ability, 39% chance of stealing second base. Epstein holding him on. Stepping to the plate, no outs, 1 on. Joe Dugan, the Yankee third baseman, he's 0 for 1 today. 10 out of 10 bunter, 8 out of 10 hit and run. I think we're going to move our third baseman in. So Oliver moves in on the grass. The windup and the pitch to Dugan. Dugan sends that ball to Rivers, who makes a very good over-the-shoulder running catch for out number 1. Retreating back to first base is Lazzari. So with 1 out, Yankee catcher steps to the plate, the number 8 batter, Johnny Grabowski. He walked his first time up. Angels are looking to get 2 for 1, a twin killing that would end the inning and keep it a 2-run deficit. Ryan toes the rubber, looks in at Rodriguez. The windup and the pitch to Grabowski. And he strikes out Grabowski. Big swing and a miss on the 97-mile-per-hour fastball. And that will bring up Yankee designated hitter Ben Pasquale 1 for 1. He doubled in the second, knocking in Grabowski. And that made it a 3-1 game at the time. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. That ball goes out to Stanton right. He makes the catch, inning over. Go to the top of the 5th, 3-1 Yankees. 2 up for the Angels. Top of the order, Rivers, Doyle, and Valentine. If anyone gets on, Frank Robinson. Mickey Rivers 0 for 1 today. Corners are in. Dugan in at third, Garrick in at first. Bob Shawkey still on the mound. 59 pitches, good for 90. Grabowski sets the target. Rivers will be taking. Strike 1. Fastball in there. No balls, 1 strike. Corner step back. Yankees are at infield. Normal infield. Shawkey nods his head. Here's the pitch to Mickey Rivers. Rivers grounds to Koenig, who quickly fires to Garrick and retires Mick McQuick. 1 out. Denny Doyle steps at plate. Another left-handed batter. He's 0 for 2 today. The windup and the pitch by Shawkey. Doyle swings. Lazzari makes a nice backhanded play and goes to Garrick for out number 2. 2 outs, no one on. Bobby Valentine steps up plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Shawkey looks in at Grabowski. He's ready to work. The windup and the pitch to Bobby Valentine. And Valentine grounds to Dugan, who goes to Garrick, inning over. 3 up, 3 down. Yankee fans love it here in the Bronx. They're up 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2 up for the Yankees. Top of the order, Combs, Koenig, and Ruth. If anyone gets on, Garrick. Earl Combs 1 for 2 today. He tripled in the first and grounded out to short in the second. The windup and the pitch by the Express. And that is a single the other way. Earl Combs has his second hit of the game, as he just took the ball the other way. He was late on the fastball, 99 miles per hour, but it's still a hit. Epstein holding him on. Combs 7 out of 10, base runner, 50% chance of stealing second base. Ellie Rodriguez's arm is 7 out of 10. His defensive catching ability 8 out of 10. Koenig steps to the plate 0 for 1. Ryan rocks and fires. And that ball's popped up to Doyle at second for out number 1. Retreating back to first is Combs. Babe Ruth steps to the plate. Ryan has gotten him twice. He's 0 for 2 today. He fly deep to left in the first and struck out in the third. Rodriguez goes through the signs. Ryan nods his head. Rodriguez sets the target. The windup and the pitch to the Bambino. And that is a ball. What happened there? Combs attempted to steal but stopped. So now it's 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first. Ryan throws over. Combs is back. Gets back on the mound. We all hit the reset button. Ruth digs in the left-handed batter's box. The windup and the pitch to the Bambino. And that ball is sent out to Stanton at right field. He makes the catch at the warning track and quickly fires the second. Combs tags up and he slides in safely. Heady base running play there. Not like Xavier Bogaerts last night for the Red Sox. Combs actually made it in safely. So 2 outs, Combs is in scoring position, and Lou Gehrig steps to plate. He has broken out of his slump in the first 2 games of this project. In Game 3 so far, he's 2 for 2. A home run in the first, and a single in the third. First base is open. On deck is Musil. Ryan's ready to work. The windup and the pitch to Gehrig. Gehrig pops it up. Chalk calling for it at short. He makes the catch. Inning over. The Yankees threaten but do not score. We go to the top of the 6th. The 1927 New York Yankees 3. The 1974 California Angels 1. Due up for California, Frank Robinson, Mike Epstein, and Bob Oliver. Robinson's 0 for 1 today. The windup and the pitch from Shawkey. And Robinson strikes out on the 2-2 count. Fastball at the knees, frozen. So with 1 out, stepping to the plate, left-handed batting, Mike Epstein. He's 0 for 1 today. Grabowski sets the target. The windup and the pitch by Shawkey. Epstein grounds to Koenig, out number 2. So with 2 outs, no one on, Bob Oliver, Angels third baseman, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Shawkey gets a sign from Grabowski. He rocks and fires to Oliver and strikes him out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Yankees. Due up for New York, Musil, Lazzeri, and Dugan. Bob Musil 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, struck out in the third. Let's see if Ryan can get him again. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Musil. And he does get him again! Strike out! 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Musil couldn't even get the bat off his shoulder. 1 out. Tony Lazzeri steps to plate. He's 1 for 2. Yankees second baseman struck out in the first. Grounded a single in the fourth. Ryan toes the rubber. Gets the sign from Rodriguez. Here's the pitch to Lazzeri. Lazzeri lines out to a diving Chalk at shortstop, robbing Tony Lazzeri of his second hit. Great play by Chalk. So there's 2 outs. Ryan tips his cap to his shortstop. And now, stepping to the plate, the third baseman, 0 for 2, Joe Dugan. Dugan struck out in the second and fly to center in the fourth. Ryan and the 74 Angels looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. The windup and the pitch to Dugan. And he strikes Dugan out to retire the side. We go to the top of the 7th. 3-1 New York. Let me quickly go to chat. Max Cornelius post. What other teams are you going to play against the 27 Yankees? The next game I'm doing today is going to be the Detroit Tigers of 1976. And it will be Mark the Bird Fidrich, who won 19 games that year, who was one of my all-time favorite players as a kid. He was on Sesame Street. That was awesome. I love the Bird. I love the way he used to talk to the ball. So that's going to be up after this game, in about 15 minutes after this game. We've had the first 2 teams have been the 1999 Red Sox with Pedro Martinez, which was just outstanding. If you haven't watched it, Max, I suggest if you want to, you have a bit of time, go back and watch. And then we did the 2017 Red Sox after that with Chris Sales. Those numbers are projected numbers that Action PC Baseball did. I bought that package. I played like 17 games of that. But I wanted to see Sales against the Yankees. Again, those were projected numbers. I probably should have took Sales from the White Sox, but I want to see him on the Red Sox. And I think I have a bunch of teams in there. I'll go through it after. And I'm adding teams too, as this is just fun to play. I think I'm going to do Rick Porcello from last year. Ken Casper says, I think Al talked about Bob Gibson. Yep. We're going to do Bob Gibson. We're going to do Denny McLain. I'm trying to match up the games so they're competitive, though. So this is the Yankees' 3rd game. I'm using their from 1927, the roster, which is basically the same every game. But this is Will Seymour is now in the game. The computer switched out Bob Shawkey. But Bob Shawkey did start Game 3 in 1927. So I'm trying to make the games competitive. I mean, again, the Angels finished last, so this is basically about Nolan Ryan and what can he do against the 27 Yankees. So Will Seymour is on the mound. And in 1927, 19 wins, 7 losses, 13 saves. Again, they didn't really have saves. It's just how they went back and looked at the stats. 2.28 earned run average, 239 batting average against. He's a right-handed thrower. And he'll face Leroy Stanton, who's 1 for 2 today. Singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. So the final numbers on Bob Shawkey. Shawkey went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, it was earned. Walked 3, struck out 5. He's in line for a win. Nolan Ryan so far has pitched 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 1 home run, 1 walk. He has struck out 7 Yankees. So Stanton digs in. The windup and the pitch by Moore. And Stanton sends that ball out to Combs in right center field, and he runs it down. Combs has just been outstanding in this project. 1 out, stepping to plate, Angels catcher Eli Rodriguez. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Moore gets a sign from Grabowski. Here's the pitch to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez lines out to Combs for out number 2. Combs has been a busy beaver in center. So with 2 outs, no one on, the shortstop Dave Chalk, who just made a phenomenal play the inning before. A diving catch, robbing Lazaria of a hit, steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He has singled and knocked in the only run for the Angels in the second and grounded to the pitcher in the fourth. Moore rocks and fires. Here's the pitch. Chalk goes down on the strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 Yankees. 2 up for New York. Grabowski, Pasquale, and Combs. Still out on the mound, Nolan Ryan. He's thrown 109 pitches. He's good for 155. He wants to add to his strikeout total. Grabowski's at the plate. Yankee catcher's 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out. Ryan works quickly. Here's the pitch to Grabowski. And that ball's a single to center. Mickey Rivers retrieves it and throws it back in towards the infield. So a leadoff single as Grabowski jumped on that fastball. Got enough out of it to put it out to center field. Epstein holding Grabowski on. 5 out of 10 base runner. Yeah, Max Cornelius, the 1999 Red Sox and Pedro Martinez was a really fun game. That's the first one I did. Angels looking to turn 2 here. Ben Pasquale steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2, Yankee designated hitter. He doubled in Grabowski in the second and flied to right center in the fourth. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And he strikes out Pasquale. I believe that's strikeout number 8. So 1 out, 1 on, and the dangerous Earl Combs steps to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today. Tripled in the first, grounded out in the second, and singled in the fifth. Ryan gets a sign from Rodriguez. Here's the pitch to Combs. And he strikes out Combs! That's strikeout number 9. And that brings up Mark Koenig. He's 0 for 2 today. He had a sacrifice fly, though, and an RBI in the first. Then he flied to center and popped to second in the fifth. Grabowski still at first. Epstein holding him on. Ryan looking for number 10 here. Here's a pitch to Koenig. And that's a grounder to Oliver. He throws to Epstein. Inning over. We go to the top of the 8th. 3-1 Yankees. 2 up for the Angels. Rivers, Doyle, and Valentin. Mickey Rivers is 0 for 2. The corners are in. Dugan in at third. Garrick in at first, as Rivers is an excellent bunter. 9 out of 10 bunting ability. Will Seymour nods his head. Here's the pitch to Mickey Rivers. And Rivers earns himself a walk. No! Yes! I thought he got hit by a pitch for a second. Curveball missed. So Rivers is on at first. 9 out of 10 base running ability. 31% chance of stealing. We'll see more. You're not going to steal on him. He's 8 out of 10 with a hold, so. Angels are down 2. Denny Doyle 0 for 3 today. Let's see if he can put the sacrifice bunt down this time. Actually, I think we're going to go hit and run. We're going to go hit and run. Righty-lefty matchup. Doyle batted .258 off right-handed pitching. Angel management calling for the hit and run with Mickey Rivers at first. Gehrig holding him on. The windup and the pitch by Moore. And Rivers grounds to Moore, who throws to Gehrig, but advancing to second base is Mickey Rivers. So Moore made a nice play on the ball hit back up the box to get Doyle at first. So 1 out, runner in scoring position. And Bobby Valentine steps to play. He's 0 for 3 today. And I think top of the 8th, let's look to see if we have a pinch hitter. I want a power bat. Lefty, Joe LaHood. Played for the Red Sox also. Against righties, 286 batting average, 488 slugging percentage. That's who we're going to go with. Joe LaHood will come off the bench to pinch hit for Bobby Valentine, who was 0 for 3. A righty-lefty matchup here. In 1974, Joe LaHood batted .271, 13 home runs, 44 RBIs. He does have some pop in his bat. Moore gets a sign from Grabowski. LaHood represents a tying run at the plate. Short right field porch here at Yankee Stadium. The windup and the pitch. And that ball is a line out to Koenig. Good reaction. So LaHood hit it hard, but Koenig makes a good reaction play at short and quickly getting back to second base is Rivers. So 2 outs now, and it's going to be up to the Hall of Famer, Frank Robinson. Robinson 0 for 2 today. Walked in the first, fly deep to right center in the third, and struck out in the sixth. Robinson had 20 home runs in 1974. He does have the capability of tying this game with 1 swing of the bat. The windup and the pitch to Robinson, and he works a walk. So first and second, 2 outs. Mike Epstein is coming to the plate. We're going to pinch hit for him. He's 0 for 2. And he was dreadful in 1974, 161 batting average. Let's see who else we have left here on the bench. Lots of players. Bruce Bhakti batted .273, slugging percentage of .430. So Bruce Bhakti is going to come in to pinch hit for Mike Epstein, left-handed batter. And there's Bruce Bhakti. Bruce batted .270. 5 home runs and 26 RBIs for the 1974 Angels. Another righty-lefty matchup. Grabowski goes through the signs. Moore nods his head. Grabowski sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bhakti. And Bhakti strikes out. Inning over. So the Angels threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees 3, California 1. Due up for New York, Ruth, Gehrig, and Musil. If anyone gets on, Lazzeri. Ryan's now up to 124 pitches. He's good for 155. He still looks strong. Let's check out his strikeout. Oh, we need a left fielder. And we can either go with Bhakti, well, we can go with a lot of different people, or LaHood. And I'm going to go with LaHood. He'll go into left field. 4 out of 10 range, 3 out of 10 aren't. And we need a first baseman. And Bhakti will go to first base. So Babe Ruth. But first, before we get to that, let's check out Ryan's strikeout numbers. 7 innings. And he's walked 1, struck out 9. He's one away from double digits. Ruth 0 for 2. He has flown out in the first, struck out in the third, and then flew out again deep in the fifth. The windup and the pitch to George Herman Babe Ruth. And that ball goes out to Rivers in center, and he makes the catch. So the Bambino's got the over today. 1 out, and Lou Gehrig comes to play 2 for 3. He has homered, singled, and popped out. Ryan looks determined on that mound. Here's the pitch to Gehrig. Oh, Ryan overthrew during that at bat. He walks him on the 3-2 count. 99-mile-per-hour fastball, outside and high. Gehrig would not chase. Bhakti holding Gehrig on at first, 6 out of 10 base runner. Bob Musil steps up plate, 1 for 3. Singled in the first, struck out in the third and sixth. Ryan looking for the hat trick to get strikeout number 10. Double play ends this inning here. The windup and the pitch by the Express. And he gets the hat trick! He fooled him with that pitch. Musil has K'd 3 times. Nolan Ryan now has 10 strikeouts against the 1927 Yankees and Murderers Row. However, he's down 2 runs. So with 2 outs, Gehrig at first. Tony Lazzeri steps to the plate. Lazzeri 1 for 3. Struck out in the first, singled in the fourth, and lined to short in the sixth on a web jam out by Chalk, robbing Lazzeri of his second hit. Can Ryan get his 11th strikeout? Here's the pitch. That ball sent out to LaHood and left. He makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the ninth. Angels have to get busy. They trail by 2. The 1927 New York Yankees 3. The 1974 California Angels and Nolan Ryan 1. Ryan has kept them in the game with his excellent pitching and has settled down after giving up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. On the mound looking to get the save, Will Seymour, 36 pitches. He's good for 70, so he can close out this game, folks. He has the ability. He'll be facing Oliver, Stanton, Rodriguez, and if anyone gets on, Chalk. Oliver's 0 for 3 today. The windup and the pitch by Moore. Oliver grounds to Koenig, who throws to Gehrig. 1 up, 1 down. The Yankees 2 outs away from victory and defeating an all-time great Nolan Ryan. Leroy Stanton steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the second, struck out in the fourth, and fly deep to right center in the 7th. And we have a defensive replacement at catcher, Benny Benoff. 8 out of 10 defensive ability. 4 out of 10 arm. Everything else looks the same. Here's the pitch to Stanton. That's grounded past Lazzeri into right field. So a 1-out single. And hold on a moment as we will have a phone delay here in the top of the ninth. And we are back from phone delay. Thank you for your patience. Tying run steps to the plate. Ellie Rodriguez, he's 1 for 3. He had 7 home runs in 1974. Stanton at first, 7 out of 10 base runner. Gehrig holding him on. Double play ends this game here. Let's just check our pinch hitter status. Let's look to see who else we have. Righties. Doug Howard, 39 at-bats. He only batted .231, but he batted .500 off right-handed pitching with a .500 slugging percentage. And in this game, everyone's eligible. I did set the roster limits are how many ever players you played that year, so you can use anybody. Paul Scull. Oh, 327. He was a pretty good player, Paul Scull. Slugging 385. Paul Scull had, he only had 2 home runs though. Let's check out the guy who batted 500, Doug Howard. He didn't have any home runs, he had a triple. His 282 is like, really don't have, they didn't hit many home runs, the Angels, in 1974. I think I'm going to go with Paul Scull and his 327 batting average. We have 2 more catchers on the roster, so we're good with that. So Paul Scull will come in to pinch hit. Paul Scull batted 248, 2 home runs, 20 RBIs, and 165 at-bats in 1974 for the Angels. And again, he hit 327 off right-handed pitching. So he represents the tying run at the plate, though he's not most likely going to hit a home run. Stanton's at first, being held down by Garrick, 1 out. Moore's on the mound. He rocks and fires. And Scull works a walk. Tying run at first. That brings up the shortstop, Dave Chalk, 1 for 3. Single knocking in Rodriguez in the second, then he has grounded out and struck out. Only bats 224 on righties. Again, got an unlimited bench, so it makes this project really fun. Oh, we got switch hitters. You know what? Oh, wow. Sandy Alomar Sr. didn't only hit 226. Winston Leonis batted 389 off right-handed pitching. Let's see. What is slugging percentage? 500 slugging percentage. He had 2 home runs, 6 doubles, no triples, knocked in 17. He's going to pinch hit for Chalk. Make sure I have a shortstop. Yes, we do. We have 1 more shortstop, and Bob Heiss, who can play all over the place, I believe. And so here comes Winston. I believe his last name's pronounced, it's L-L-E-N-A-S. Leonis, I think. If anyone in the chat can correct me, that's awesome. Again, last name, first name Winston, last name L-L-E-N-A-S. And there he is. 261 he batted in 1974. 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Moore, 49 pitches. Again, he's good for 70. Angels making some noise here in the top of the 9th, down 3-1. Moore gets the sign from Benoff. The windup and the pitch. And Leonis doubles to left field. Scull is at third. He's got a 52% chance of scoring. Oh boy. Bob Musil has a 9 for an arm. We're going to hold him. We're not going to make the second out at the plate. What do you guys say in the chat? We got a 52% chance. I think we should hold him. Musil has a 9 out of 10 arm. We got the tying run. I say we hold him. We're going to wait for a moment for the chat. We'll have the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at second. Leonis comes through with a double. So I'll wait a moment for the chat. I'm going to have a sip of coffee as I do the Jeopardy theme. Dun, 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 dun. Ken Castro says, your call. All right, so Ken has... I'm going to hold him, Ken. I'm going to hold him. I'm going to hold him. I've already ran into an out trying to steal, so we will put the brakes on Skull. It's now 3-2. What a game it's been. These 1974 Angels, a huge underdog. Okay, the Cubs, the Bears, as posted. Excellent information. He says Bob Musel, and I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, was regarded as having the best arm in baseball for many years. So I believe I made the right decision. One with the pinch hitter. The Cubs, the Bears, how do you pronounce Winston's last name? I've been saying Leanas, L-L-E-N-A-S. Is that correct? So he comes through with a huge double. He represents a go-ahead run at second. Skull is at third, the tying run in the top of the order. Mickey Rivers comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Corners have moved in, and actually I think the whole infield has moved in. So they want to... Rivers needs to send this ball out. You know what we have to do here, because they have strong arm in left and right. We need a pinch runner for Skull, and that's going to be Morris Nettles. 10 out of 10 running ability. 20. Wow, he's a 20 base. I've never seen that. So, for stealing. So, Morris Nettles will come into pinch run for Skull. I wish I had thought of that earlier. I would have challenged him then. So Nettles, the pinch runner, represents the tying Leanas. Thank you, Gregory. Leanas. Pronounce it L-A-Y-N-A-S. Leanas. Thank you. So Winston Leanas at second represents the go-ahead run. Mickey Rivers 0 for 2 today. Infield in. Outfield looks normal. Moore sets and delivers to Rivers. And Rivers grounds to Gehrig. Oh, God. We only have a 39% chance of being safe at home. And we're going to say no. And they get Rivers at first base. Holding at third is Nettles. Morris Nettles. And Denny Doyle, who's 0 for 4, steps to the plate. He's not going to hit. I wish I had thought of a pinch runner earlier. Oh, you're funny, the Cubs of Bears, Shinteast. Not sure how to pronounce Winston's name. It's Leanas. What the Cubs of Bears is just posting in chat. I was pronouncing a player who ended up to go on to manage the Cardinals, Showing Dice, I believe. And it's really Shinteast. So, that was in a different video, though. Alright, we need a pinch hitter here. Who hits a righty? John Doherty, 296. Oh, no, that's not. That's on base. 268. It'll be John Doherty off the bench, left-handed batter. The pinch hit for Denny Doyle. Doherty batted .256 in 1974, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. Moment of truth here. Ken Castro says, we joke because we love you. Of course, I don't take any of that. I enjoy it. Go ahead run, Leanas at second. Nettles, Morris Nettles at third. And I wish I thought of a pinch runner when Skull got on. Doherty, big moment here. Quincy Moore gets the sign from Benoff. He rocks and fires. Doherty grounds to Lazzeri, boots the ball! The tying run scores on the Lazzeri error as the wind has come out of the balloon here in the Bronx. It is now 3-3. Unbelievable. That ground ball was the end of the game and Lazzeri booted it. Wow. So runners on the corners. It's going to be an adventure to try to field a defensive team now. I've used so many pinch hitters. But we have a lot of guys that we can use. And now Joe LaHood steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He lined to short in the 8th in his pinch hitting attempt. He stayed in to play left. Go ahead run, Leanas at third base. Insurance run, Doherty at first. 2 outs. The windup and the pitch by Moore. LaHood sends that ball deep and foul. Oh, if he had straightened that one out, the 74 Angels would have had a 3-run lead. They are huge underdogs. Remember, the Angels finished dead last in the West in 1974 with a record of 68 wins and 94 losses. The Yankees won the World Series in 1927 with 110 wins and 44 losses. No balls, 2 strikes. LaHood digs in. Here's the pitch. Grounded to Koenig, who throws the gig, and they get him by their hair. The chinny chin chin. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels scored 2 in the top. It's all tied up, folks, 3-3. And now let's make our defensive changes. We need a catcher. And our catcher is going to be Egan. And I think we're going to... Oh, you know what? Oh, crap. Let's not do the catcher yet. Do the catcher last. We need a shortstop. Alomar Sr. will come into play short. Go in the second slot. Now we need a second baseman. That's going to be Leonis. We're going to keep him in the game. He's not very good. Only 2. His range is 2 out of 10, but his fielding percentage 984. So he'll stay in. Keep his bat in there. That's a scary right side, huh? Bhakti a 3. Leonis. Leonis a 2. Oh God, that's awful. That's going to come back to haunt me. We need a catcher. And our catcher is going to be Egan. So Egan's an 8 out of 10 defensive catcher. 5 out of 10 arm. And here we go. Bottom of the 9th, Ryan, 149. He's good for 155. We're going to keep him out on the mound. Let's give you a strikeout update. So Ryan's pitched 8 innings. He's given up 3 runs, 8 hits. Walked 2, he struck out 10. This will be his last inning. He'll face Joe Dugan. Yankee third baseman's 0 for 3. Here comes the Ryan Express. And he strikes out Dugan for number 11. At the knees. That's a hat trick for Dugan. Now up, Benny Benoff came in as a defensive replacement at catcher. Benoff in 1927, 247. No home runs, 10 RBIs. Only batted 246 off right-handed pitching. Ryan looking for number 12. He rocks and fires. And he gets number 12, strikeout on the cut. Big cut and a miss. Took a little something off that. That was an off-speed pitch for Ryan, only 88 miles per hour. So that's number 12 for Ryan. 3-3 ball game. And Ben Pasquale, the DH, number 9 batter, steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He doubled, knocking in Grabowski in the 2nd. And he has flied out in the 4th and struck out in the 7th. Ryan, 157 pitches. He's 2 over his pitch limit, but we're going to give him an opportunity to get out of this inning. Ryan peers in at Egan, gets the sign. He rocks and fires to Pasquale. And he strikes him out! He strikes out the side in the bottom of the 9th. We go to the 10th, tied at 3. And let's go to Nolan Ryan's numbers, as I don't think he's coming back out. What a performance by Nolan Ryan. 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He was shaky early on. He gave up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Then after that, he settled down quite nicely. Walked 2, struck out 13. So Nolan Ryan has struck out 13 1927 Yankees. And I think that he went 9 innings. Now I got to figure out who comes in to pitch. 3-3 ball game. Due up for the Angels. Robinson, Bhakti, and Oliver. Frank Robinson 0 for 2. Will Seymour still on the mound. 64 pitches thrown. He blew the save. He should have got the save, but Tony Lazzeri booted the ball. Max Cornelius says, wow, 13 Ks. It's been a heck of a game. Greg Gorecki says, Frank Robinson, he's predicting will go deep. We shall find out momentarily. Moore gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Frank Robinson. And that ball goes out to center field. Ranging over to the right is Combs. He makes the catch for out number 1. Robinson just got under it, Greg. Just got under it. So 1 out. No one on. Bruce Bhakti steps to plate. 0 for 1. Righty-lefty matchup for Moore. Gets a sign from Benoff. Here's the pitch to Bhakti. And Bhakti strikes out. Got froze on the 0-2 count. And now a new pitcher. Joe Girard. In 1927, no wins, no losses. He threw 27 innings, walked 19, struck out 10. His ERA was 8. Wow. That's awful. And he gave up a .336 batting average. Though Oliver only batted .213 off left-handers. Let's go to a pinch hitter here. Right-handers batted .351 off of him. Now we're going to go with Doug Howard. But what did he bat off lefties? .216. I'm looking in the wrong column. John Balaz batted .348 off lefties. That's who we're going with. Do I have a third baseman? Yep. Rudy Miloy. So here it comes. Oh, wow. Is that a 70s hairstyle? Look at those mutton chops. Balaz batted .238, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 42 at-bats. Batted .348 off left-handed pitching. Girard gives up a .351 batting average off righties. He represents the go-ahead run at the plate. He'll be taking, though, as Girard is walked 19 batters, only struck out 10. Here's the pitch to Balaz. Strike 1. So Joe makes me eat my words. No balls, 1 strike. Balaz digs in. The windup and the pitch. And Balaz works a walk. Represents a go-ahead run. Here comes Leroy Stanton. He's 2 for 4 today. Singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, fly deep to right in the 7th, and singled in the 9th. He batted .250 off left-handed pitching. 7 out of 10 bunter. He'll take. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Stanton to take again. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Stanton puts the bat on his shoulder. Ball 3. 3-0. Guess what Stanton's doing? You guessed it, taking. And 4 consecutive pitches. And Girard is pissed. He's yelling at the ump. He's lucky he's still in this game. So he's walked 2 batters. And what does Bob Uecker say? Ball 8. And that brings up Tom Egan. Egan in 1974 only batted .117. No home runs, 4 RBIs. 3 out of 10 bunter. We're not going to do that. Hit and run, he's 1 out of 10. Oh, he's awful. I have another catcher, don't I? Charlie Sands. Checking my bench here. And Bob Heiss will come in to pinch hit. He batted .292 in He's a right-handed batter, 292 off left-handed pitching. Here comes Bob Heist to pinch hit. Mr. Heist, turn around. You're pointed in the wrong direction. First and second, no outs. Heist will take. Strike one. A mock cheer from the Bronx fans here in the top of the 10th. Excuse me. 3-3 ball game. Heist 6 out of 10 base runner, hit and run. 4 out of 10 bunting. He awaits the. Is it Gerard? How do you pronounce his name? G-I-A-R-D. I've been saying Gerard. Probably not right. But we're going to go with Gerard. The windup and the pitch to Heist. And he doubles to right field! And the 74 Angels take a 4-3 lead. Clutch double by Heist. No outs. 2 outs, excuse me. Stanton at third, Heist at second, and Lena steps to plate. He's 1 for 1 today. As a pinch hitter, he doubled in the 9th, making it a 3-2 ball game. When Stanton scored, he can do it again here. Off left-handed pitching, though he struggled, 216 batting average. He'll stay in the game. Ben Hoff goes out to have a word with Gerard. What an upset this will be if the 74 Angels defeat the Yankees of 1927. Here's the windup and the pitch to Lenas. And he strikes out. But the Angels take the lead. 4-3. We go to the bottom of the 10th. And we need a new catcher. And the catcher is Sands. And now we need a third baseman. I'm going to go with, well, Mioli has a 7 out of 10 range, but his fielding percentage is .946. Which is still better than Heist. So we're going to go with Mioli in at third. Another 70-ish hairstyle here. Rudy Mioli. 7 out of 10 range defensively. Oh, let's see if I have a better defensive second baseman. I do, but he's playing short. See if we can move him over. So Reynolds will come out. We're going to move Sandy Alomar over. And coming in to play short will be Ramirez. And there we go. See if we have a better defensive first baseman. We do. So we've shored up our infield. Mioli's a 7. Ramirez is a 6. Alomar moves from short to second. He's an 8. And McGraw's a 7. Ryan, who's the closer in the 74 Angels? I would really like Ryan. Ken Castro says, missed the Angels run. What was it? Heist doubled down the right field line, scoring the go-ahead run. Ken. Wow. The 74 Angels have no one with more than 3 saves. Oh my lord. I'm almost tempted to keep a tiring Nolan Ryan in the game. Well, I can't do that to him. I don't want him to lose the game. Alright, who has the best ERA? We might go to starting. Let's display all pitchers. I'm not going to do that. Well, Orlando Pena, 8 innings pitched, only a .083 Lefties batted off of him. We have Combs is a lefty. Koenig's a switch hitter lefty. You know what? We're going to go with the youngster. I think we're going to go with the youngster. Or we go with Dick Selma. You know what? We're going to go with Orlando Pena. Big moment here for the youngster. So, the final numbers on Nolan Ryan. 9 innings. 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 home run, 2 walks. He struck out 13 Yankees. I was going to go use a starter, but I probably should. But we brought Payne in. He only lefties in his brief 8 innings, only batted .083. Combs is 2 for 4 today. Tripled in the first, grounded out in the second, singled in the fifth, and struck out in the seventh. Pena gets the sign from Sands. He delivers to Combs. That's a grounder to Mioli, who throws him a ground. Oh, infield hit. Unbelievable. Oh, I hate that. We got the ground ball. He represents the tying run at first base, and he has a 97% chance of stealing second base because my catcher's arm is horrible. Koenig, the switch hitter, is going to bat lefty off. Oh, he's a righty. He's a right-handed thrower. Oh, boy. Well, you know he's stealing. So let's see what our hold is here. 5. Let's throw over. We're going to try to pick off Combs. He's back. Okay, they're going to get this. Oh, boy. That's it. I want to win the game. Where's Frank Tanana? Is he on this team? You know what? They only get one shot at this, so... Like, Greg Gorecki says all or nothing. Frank Tanana. That's it. Frank Tanana's going to come in. He's going to try to close out this game with all these lefties. We go lefty-lefty. Here comes Frank Tanana. Tanana, 14 wins, 19 losses, 3.12 ERA, struck out 180, walked 77, batting average against 255. I don't think I have another catcher. I don't. So Combs is going to steal second. We're going to go pitch out here. There goes Combs, a throw down, and he's in there safe, which we knew that. So 1 ball, no strikes. Koenig now, with the lefty Tanana, switches to the right side. I'm wondering if they'll bunt Combs over. Come on, Frank, strike him out, baby. The windup and the pitch by Tanana. And that's a... Oh, boy. That's in the left center field. This ball game's going to be tied. We only have a 10% chance. We're going to hold Koenig. We're going to say no. Hit the cutoff, man. It's 4-4. Angels blow the game here so far. Had a chance to win it. And Babe Ruth steps to the plate. And Bambino's 0 for 3 today. Tanana peers in at Ruth. Sands flashes the sign. Winning run at first base. Koenig being held on by McGraw. The windup and the pitch. And he strikes out Babe Ruth. 1 out. Winning run still at first base. Luke Gehrig steps to the plate. He's 2 for 3. Homered in the first. Singled in the third. Popped out to short in the fifth. And walked in the eighth. Sands flashes the signs. Tanana nods his head. Sands sets the target. Here's the pitch to Gehrig. That's a single into left field. Gehrig goes the other way. Winning run now at second base. Bob Musil steps to the plate, 1 for 4. 4-4 ball game. Gehrig means nothing at first base. Musil singled in the first. Then after that, Nolan Ryan struck him out 3 times. Musil batted .349 off lefties. Alright, let's go back to our bullpen. Horacio Pena will be coming into the game. Gave up an average of 200 off left-handed batters, 212 off righties. So he's coming in. He's good for 20 pitches. And there he is. Pina. 1 win, 2 losses, no saves in 1974. 231 batting average. 209 average against. They're looking for a double play to take this game to the top of the 11th. Musil digs in. The windup and the pitch by Pina. And that's a line out. Nice catch by Mioli at third. So there's 2 outs as free baseball might continue. Might continue. It's up to Lazzari. He's 1 for 4. He has struck out in the first, singled in the fourth, lined to short, and flied very deep in the 8th. Sands sets the target. Pina's ready. Here's the pitch to Lazzari. That ball goes out to Mickey Rivers, who makes a diving catch in right center field to save the day for the Angels. We go to the top of the 11th. Yankees tie it up. It's 4-4. And there's going to be more baseball. Mickey Rivers, who just made that outstanding game-saving diving catch, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. Gerard, or whatever I'm calling him. We're going to call him Joe. Joe Girard is still on the mound. 17 pitches. He's good for 50. Rivers will be taking. Here's the pitch to Mick. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Rivers is going to try to fool him with a 1 strikeout. He's going to look for a bunt hit. Rivers drops it down. Oh my God, they get him. Dugan barehands it and quickly fires to Garrett, just nipping Mickey Rivers at first base. 1 out. Sandy Alomar Sr. steps to the plate. Batted .222 in 1974. No home runs, 1 RBI, only 54 at-bats. Girard's ready. The windup and the pitch to Alomar. And he singles into left center field. An unexpected hit there by Alomar. 6 out of 10 base running ability. Garrick holding him on, and Joe LaHood steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He only batted .167 though off lefties. Lefty-lefty matchup. Maybe he gets lucky. Maybe he drives one out of the yard. He had 13 home runs in 1974. The windup and the pitch by Girard. And LaHood grabs a Koenig, who makes a diving stop, quickly gets up and fires to Garrett for out number 2, advancing into scoring position, Sandy Alomar Sr. He represents the go-ahead run. And Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Robinson's 0 for 3 today. He can make amends for all of that, though. Base hit should score Alomar. 2 outs, he's going to be off and running on contact. Robinson will take. Here's the pitch. Oh, they intentionally walk him. And Garrett will be playing behind Robinson with 2 outs. Tommy McGraw steps to the plate. McGraw batted .286 in 1974. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. And here's the best part, folks. Tommy McGraw batted .379 off left-handed pitching. Let's see if McGraw can make him pay. They walked Robinson to get to McGraw. Benoff goes through the sign, sets the target. Here's the pitch. 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch to McGraw. And he strikes out. Inning over. Joe Girard comes through in the clutch. Go to the bottom of the 11th. Knotted at 4. Due up for the Yankees. Dugan, Benoff, and Pasquale to face Horacio Pina. Pina's good for 20 pitches. He's already used 5. Dugan's 0 for 4. Pina rocks and fires. Dugan singles up the middle. So the winning run is on first base. Hello, Beatles Eternally. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. How'd your gig go? Winning run at first base. Joe Dugan being held on by McCraw. I keep calling him McGraw. I apologize. McCraw. Benoff steps to the plate. 0 for 1. 3 out of 10 bunter. 10 out of 10 hit and run. Love to turn 2 here. Pina rocks and fires. Grounder to Alomar to Ramirez. They only can get 1 though. Hard slide in. Ramirez holds on to the ball. So 1 out. Now Benhoff represents the winning run. 8 out of 10 base running ability. 29% chance of stealing second. Designated hitter Ben Pasquale steps to the plate. 1 for 4. Doubled in the second. Flied out in the fourth and struck out in the 7th and the 9th. Angels looking for the twin killing to end the inning and go to the top of the 9th. 4-4 ball game. Here's the pitch to Pasquale. And that is a line out to LaHood, who just comes in and makes the catch. Shoestring catch. Running back to first base is Benhoff. So now there's 2 outs in the top of the order. And the very dangerous MVP so far of the 1927 Yankees in this project, Earl Combs, 3 for 5. He's batting .636 in this project. 1 home run, 1 RBI. He tripled in the first, grounded out in the second, singled in the fifth, struck out in the 7th, and singled the infield variety in the 10th. Pina's up to 18 pitches. He's good for 20. This will be his last batter. Winning run at first and Benhoff, being held down by McCraw. The windup and the pitch to Combs. And that's a grounder to McCraw, who flips to Pina, covering the bag. And we go to the top of the 12th, still tied at 4. Charlie Sands steps to the plate. Sands batted .193 in 1974, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, left-handed batter to face the left-handed Joe Girard. That's a short porch down there. Sands did not have a hit against a left-handed pitcher in 74. He'll take strike 1. Steps out of the box, steps back in the box. No balls, 1 strike. Benhoff sets the target. Here's the pitch to Sands. That's a grounder to Lazzeri, who goes to Garrett. Out number 1 in the top of the 12th. Bronx fans enjoy that. Beatles attorney says, "Hello, Al. The gig went well." Excellent, my friend. Excellent. So Leroy Stanton, 2 for 4 today. 250 off left-handed pitching. Singled in the second, struck out in the fourth, flied deep to right center in the 7th, singled again in the 9th, and walked in the 10th. Girard rocks and fires. Stanton swings, and Ruth comes charging in to make the catch in shallow right field. Ruth showing better range in his 5 out of 10 there. So 2 outs, no one on. And Rudy Mioli steps to the plate. He batted .244 in 1977. No home runs, 3 RBIs. Only 90 at-bats. Lefty-lefty matchup. 8 out of 10 bunter. We're going for the bunt hit, and that's fouled back. So no balls, 2 strikes on Mioli. He's going to have to grip and rip now. Benhoff sets the target. Here's the pitch to Mioli. And that ball's grounded to Koenig, and he boots the ball. Go-ahead run at first base. And Rudy Mioli, 8 out of 10 base running ability. 28% chance of stealing second. Garrick to hold him on. And Orlando Ramirez steps to the plate. Not much with the bat. He only batted .163 in 74. No home runs, 74 RBIs. 194 off left-handed pitching. 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. Grounder to Lazzeri, goes to Garrick, inning over. We go to the bottom of the 12th, still tied at 4. That's going to be it for Pina. And Yankees have Koenig, Ruth, and Garrick. Then Musil if anyone gets on. Heart of their order. We're looking. We're going to come with a starter, Andy Hassler. Left-handed pitcher. Here's Andy Hassler. He's good for 75 pitches, so it's his game now. 7 wins, 11 losses, 1 save. 2.61 earned run average. Batting average against .225. He walked 79, struck out 76, so he does struggle with his control at times. Can everyone else? I can still see the video. I can see the video on my second screen. 4-4, Ken. 4-4. Can everyone else still see the video? Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, before I get back to the game, says, just curious, Al, why did you pick the 74 Angels to go up against Murderers Row? Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan went, I'll give you the quick box score, Eric. Nolan Ryan went 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. They got him early in the first and the second for 3 runs. Then he settled down. He had gave up 1 home run, 2 walks. He struck out 13. So, it's been a battle. It's been a battle. So Koenig will now bat from the right-handed side. He's 1 for 4. His 1 hit was in the first. No, I'm sorry, that was a sacrifice fly. That's his RBI. His 1 hit was a single in the 10th. Hassler gets the sign from Sands. Here's the pitch to Koenig. That ball goes out to Stanton, who makes the running catch in right field at the warning track in front of the wall. So Koenig gave it a bid, but just a long out. And now, George Herman, Babe Ruth steps at plate. Ruth 0 for 4. He has struggled in this project. In the 3 games, he's batting 0.091, excuse me. No home runs, no RBIs. Sands goes out to talk to Hassler how they want to pitch to Ruth. Sands goes back behind the plate. Ruth flied deep to left in the first, struck out in the third, flied very deep to right in the fifth, flied to center in the 8th, and struck out in the 10th. Angels looking to get the hat trick on Ruth. The windup and the pitch by Hassler. Ruth grounds to Ramirez, who throws to McCraw. 2 up, 2 down. And it brings up the Iron Horse to Gehrig. Gehrig has 3 hits today. He broke out. He was slumping badly in the first 2 games of this project against the 1999 Red Sox and the 2017 Red Sox, in which he faced Martinez and Sale, but has gone 3 for 4 today. Homered in the first, singled in the third, popped out to short in the 5th, walked in the 8th, and singled in the 10th. Gehrig represents the winning run at the plate. Hassler gets a sign from Sands. He rocks in, delivers to Gehrig. It's popped up. Sands rushes back to the screen, but cannot make the catch. It's up on the screen. The count is now no balls, 2 strikes. Gehrig digs in the left-handed batter's box. Hassler nods his head. The windup and the pitch. And he strikes out Gehrig! We go to the top of the 13th. Unbelievable game here. Thank you, the Cubs, the Bears. He says you're loud and clear here, Al. But is the pitcher still there? I mean, I see the pitcher on my second screen. So I hope everyone can see it. It's going to be no fun. No one can see it. Top of the order for the Angels in this 4-4 ball game. Rivers, Alomar, LaHood, and Robinson, if anyone gets on. Rivers is 0 for 4. New pitcher, Miles Thomas for the Yankees. In 1927, Thomas went 7 wins, 4 losses, no saves, 4.87 earned run average, batting average against 311. Walked 43, struck out 25. So he's another pitcher that we need to be patient with. Rivers batted .283 off right-handed pitching. Rivers to take. Ball 1. Rivers will take until there's a strike. Thomas sets and delivers. Ball 2. Rivers puts the bat on his shoulder. Strike 1. Now Rivers is ready. Hitters count 2 balls, 1 strike. Riggers digs in. Thomas gets a sign from Benoff. He delivers to Mickey Rivers. Rivers grounds to Lazzeri, who throws to Gehrig for the first out of the inning. Yankees fans are really enjoying this. What a ball game it's been. A struggle. Yankees thought they had it won, but the Angels came back in the top of the 9th. And the Angels thought they had it won, only to let it slip away. Sandy Alomar 1 for 1 today. He had a surprising single in the 11th. righty-lefty matchup. The windup and the pitch by Thomas. Alomar singles again. He bloops one out to left field again. 2 for 2, Sandy Alomar. Garrett holding him on. He represents the go-ahead run at the plate. At first base. Stepping to the plate, home run threat Joe LaHood. He's 0 for 3 today, though. But against right-handers, he batted .286. He's eyeing that short porch in right. Thomas toes the rubber, peers in at Benhoff. Benhoff gives him the target. Here's the pitch to LaHood. And he strikes him out. Big swing and a miss as LaHood was looking to take that ball out of the Bronx, but he doesn't. All he does is take himself back to the dugout. 2 outs, and Frank Robinson comes to plate. They intentionally walked Robinson last time. He's 0 for 3 today. Go-ahead run Alomar at first base, held on by Gary. Miles Thomas is ready. Here's the pitch to Robinson. He throws over, and getting back quickly is Alomar. Thomas steps back out on the mound, nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Frank Robinson. And Robinson works a walk. Go-ahead run moves to second base. 2 outs. Robinson at first. Tommy McCraw steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He batted .256 off right-handed pitching, though, as a left-handed batter. He actually did much better against lefties. The Yankees need 1 more out to get to the bottom of the 13th here with a tie ball game. Benhoff flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to McCraw. And that ball is set into left field. The Angels have retaken the lead on the McCraw 2-out single, 5-4. Going all the way first to third is Frank Robinson. Clutch hit by Tommy McCraw. Alomar scores. Runners on the corner. As you can just hear the silence at the Bronx here in Yankee Stadium. Sands 0 for 1 today. He's looking to knock in an insurance run. Robinson 90 feet away from that. Thomas is on the line for the loss if things stay pat. Here's the pitch to Sands. That ball goes out to Musil and it keeps going. Sands hits a 3-run blast to left. The Angels take a commanding 8-4 lead as Musil started to go back, stopped, and hung his head. And my God, Sands just hit a 3-run blast. The 1974 Angels are up 8-4. Unbelievable. Let's just look at Sands for a second. Sands batted .193. How funny is it? He did have 4 home runs, though. So he got a hold of one. He wasn't fooled by that pitch. What they say, a blind squirrel even finds a nut now and then. Max Cornelius still with us, thank you. He says, wow, what a game. What's Blazing in Sports jumps in, says huge thumbs up. Check out What's Blazing in Sports. He did a great recap on the Adrian Broner, Mikey Garcia fight. Well worth the listen to. And he introduces one of his friends who will soon be turning pro. So that was really cool. Enjoyed it very much. Alright, so Stanton steps to the plate. He's 2 for 5 today. The Yankees are just disgusted. Stanton, way back when, singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, flied out in the 7th, singled in the 9th, walked in the 10th, and flied to shallow right center. Babe Ruth made a really good running catch on that in the 12th. So 2 outs, 8-4 Angels. I love saying that. 8-4 Angels. One more time. 8-4 Angels. The windup and the pitch to Stanton. And that ball goes out to Musil. He makes the catch. Inning over. But the 1974 Angels, on the verge of a historic upset, get 4 runs, 3 of them coming on the Sands home run, take the lead 8-4 as we go to the bottom of the 13th. And folks, I'm going to say it, it was not a lucky inning for the 1927 Yankees. So Hassler is on the mound. He has an opportunity to get a huge win here. 3 outs away. He'll be facing Musil, Lazeri, Dugan. If anyone gets on, the catcher, Benoff. Musil's 1 for 5. He singled way back when in the first. Other than that, strikeout, 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 line out. The windup and the pitch by Hassler. At the grounder, up the middle, past Ramirez. He lunged for it but couldn't make the play. Yankees aren't done yet. McCraw to hold Musil on. He's got a 65% chance of stealing second. Most likely he will. Lazeri 1 for 5. His one hit coming way back in the 4th inning, a single. Angels looking for a double play. Hassler throws over to first. Musil's back. Toes the rubber. Peers in at Sands. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Lazeri. At the grounder to Malloy. I'm sorry, to Mioli. I got excited there. Oh, it's an infield hit. Oh, Lazeri hustling all the way down the line. I thought we had an out. Oh, that stinks. First and second, like I said, the 27 Yankees are not going to go quietly. Joe Dugan steps to the plate. Tying run is in the on-deck circle. Benoff, the catcher. Let's keep it there. Dugan 1 for 5. One hit, last time up, single to center. 2 on, no outs. Here's the pitch to Dugan. That ball goes out to foul down the right field line. Stanton made a bid on it, but did not make the catch. One ball, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch by Hassler. That ball goes out to Mickey Rivers. He makes a running catch in left center. We have no chance of getting Musil tagging up from second, but we don't care. We'll say no. Musil tags up. Runners on the corners now with 1 out. And that brings up the catcher, Benny Benoff, 0 for 2 today. Benoff did not have any home runs in 1927. Again, McCraw holding Lazeri on at first. Hassler gets the sign from Sands. Here's the pitch to Benoff. That ball goes out to Mickey Rivers. He makes a running catch at the track. Tagging up and most likely scoring is Musil, as we will throw to Alomar. And now it's 8 to 5. Rivers makes 2 outstanding plays. There's 2 outs. Yankees are down to Ben Pasquale to extend this game. Pasquale 1 for 5. Doubled in the second, knocking in Grabowski. And since then, flied out in the 4th and struck out in the 7th and 9th and lined out to left when Joe LaHood made an absolutely fabulous coming in running catch at the shoe tops. 74 Angels, 1 out away from a huge epic upset here. Hassler's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Pasquale. That ball goes out to Stanton, and he makes the running catch in right center up against the wall. The 1974 Angels have just shocked the world and have upset the 1927 Yankees 8 to 5. What a ball game. Unbelievable. Let's go to the box score. Wow, this was a fun game. Let's go. Winning pitcher, Hassler. MVP, the light-hitting catcher, Sands, who hit the 3-run blast to put the game away. Let's try to do the box score now without having the cursor freaking out. I doubt that's going to happen, but... And we go to the box score. Let's go to the pitching. What a game. This was one of the best games I've ever played. And let me go to the chat first and thank everybody. I know it's been a long game. It's almost 2 hours. But I think it was well worth it. I think the people who watched it enjoyed it. I hope they enjoyed my call. Thank you to Max Cornelius, who says, dang, go Angels. Thank you to Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Check out his channel. That's Higher Ground Gaming. Thank you to Greg Gorecki. Thank you to Beatles Eternally. Thank you to What's Blazing in Sports, D-Tub. Check out his channel. Wonderful boxing channel. He has a recap and review of Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia up on his channel. It's very good. It's about 17 minutes. I watched it this morning. It's excellent. Give him a like. Give him a share. If you haven't subbed, I would sub him. Very nice. And he introduces his friend who's turning pro shortly. The Cubs, the Bears, thank you very much, my friend. Ken Castro, thank you. I'll make sure I get everyone. And I think that is everybody. It was a really fun game. Took a bit. I'm going to come back in a little bit with another game. I think we're going to do Mark the Bird Fidrich and the 76 Detroit Tigers against Murderers Row. Greg Gorecki says, I thought Pina and Hassler would do the job. They did. Beatles says, great game, Al. Thanks. No, thank you. Thank everyone in the chat and people who watch later on. Thank you very much. I enjoyed doing this. That was fun. I try to do... I don't know, I think these are funner for people to watch than season replays. I still do my season replays and will show them, but I'm trying to do stuff that helps get more viewers to the channel and more subscribers so we can have those really good chats like we did last night, which was a lot of fun. We just talked for 2.5 hours. And I want to kind of do that once a week, where what's going on in everyone's replay world or just what's going on in general. So that's fun. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, time to celebrate with a cup of Starbucks and another dead ball video. Excellent, so let's look forward to that. Higher Ground Gaming is putting out another Action PC video of dead ball era, the New York team, I believe. And it's probably against the Bean Eaters. So. Alrighty, so let's quickly go to the box score. Nolan Ryan... And that's why we chose the 74 Angels. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming asked why. Nolan Ryan had 22 wins. That's his highest win total of his career, unless I got that wrong, and I don't think I did because I used Baseball Reference. Nolan Ryan was 22 wins, 16 losses, and his earned run average 289. So that's why we chose the 74 Angels, who unfortunately finished dead last in the West in 74. So they're a bad team. So this is a shocking upset. Ryan went 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, gave up a home run, walked 2, struck out 13 1927 Yankees. Ryan struggled in innings 1 and 2, but then settled down. Pina came in, he blew the save. I got a little cute there, probably shouldn't have. He didn't retire anybody, gave up a run and a hit. Then Frank Tannick got one batter out. Gave up 2 hits. We yanked him. He struck out 1. Then Pina, P-I-N-A, came in, pitched an inning, 2/3. Didn't give up any runs. Gave up 1 hit. Then Hassler came in, got the win, pitched the final 2 innings. 2 hits. He did give up a run, though, but the Angels were up 4. It was earned, and he struck out 1. For the 27 Yankees, Bob Shawkey took the loss. Now, if you look at BaseballReference.com, he did start the 1927 game number 3. So that's how I've been choosing the Yankee lineup. For the opposing teams, I take their opening day lineup. That's what I've been doing. I obviously don't take so far the pitchers have been the same. Except for Sales. He did not open up this year. It was Porcello for the Red Sox. So Shawkey went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He didn't pitch bad. He was in line for the win. Walked 3, struck out 5. He got them to Moore. Wilcie Moore, who pitched 3 2/3 inning. He blew the save. 2 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 was earned. Lazzeri booted the ball. The Yankees should have won the game. Lazzeri's error let them tie it up. Walked 3, struck out 3. Gerard came in, pitched 2 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 3, struck out 2. Thomas pooped the bed on the mound. 1 inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned. The huge 3-run blast by Sands. 1 walk, struck out 1. Let's go to the batting. And again, in this replay, project replay, Anybody who played on the team is eligible to play. There's no roster limit for either team. Obviously, the Yankees are going to play only their few couple of guys because they're really good. But as you can see, I played a plethora of Angels to help them get this win. So we're just going to go through the hits. Alomar Sr., who came in, was a surprising 2 for 2 with a run scored. He's actually the first run in the 13th, top of the 13th. McCraw, again, came in late in the game, 1 for 2. Had an RBI. I think that was when he knocked in Alomar, I believe. So he had the game-winning RBI, if I remember correctly. Sands was 1 for 2, the big 3-run blast. And Stanton, 2 for 6. Runs scored. Rodriguez, the catcher, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Heiss had a huge double to get them in the top of the 9th, to get that first run in the top of the 9th, in which I made a faux pas. I let Skal, I should have pinch ran right away for Skal at first. I didn't. And we held him at third, which, if Lazzeri doesn't make the error, would have cost us. So he went 1 for 1 with an RBI. Chalk went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Lenas went 1 for 2 with an RBI. That was clutch. So those are the hits. Those are the 10 hits, excuse me, with the 7 RBIs, because 1 was unearned. So in total, the 1974 Angels had 51 at-bats, 8 hits, 10 runs, 7 RBIs, 10 walks, struck out 11 times, doubled twice, and homered once. Left 22 runners on base, 196 batting average as a team. What's burning, Ma? It's from outside? I'll shut that window in a moment. I'll be right with you guys. And we are back. Wow, that smell through the window, open window, stunk. Someone's grilling, and it smells awful. It doesn't smell like good barbecue to me. It smells like they sprayed a lot of that grill starter stuff on it. Ugh. All right, for the Yankees, Combs was 3 for 6 with 2 runs scored. Koenig, 1 for 5. Ruth, the big 0 for 5, struck out twice. Gehrig broke out of his slump, 3 for 5. RBI and a run scored. Walk, struck out once. Musil, 2 for 6 with a run scored. He K'd 3 times. Lazzeri, 2 for 6. He K'd once. Dugan, 1 for 5. He K'd 3 times. Grabowski, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Walked once, struck out once. Benoff, 0 for 2. 1 RBI. He struck out once. Pasquale, the DH, 1 for 6. An RBI and 2 strikeouts. So Ruth's struggles continue in this project. So in total, the Yankees 48 at-bats, 5 runs, 14 hits, 5 RBIs, walked twice. Angel pitching struck them out 15 times, 13 coming at the hands of the Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan. He got 13 of them in 9 innings. They had 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run, left 21 runners on base, batted 240. Their team batting average now is 243. And I'm not going to go, I'll just put up the recap. I'm not going to go through it all. I'll leave it up for a moment. People will be able to read it, I think. Let's go. There we go. I think we got the whole thing there. Okay, good. So, in ending this broadcast, thank you very much to everyone. I'll be back in about 15 minutes, most likely with another game, and I think I'm going to continue on with the 1927 Yankees take on all. I think it's going to be Mark the Bird Fidrich and the 76 Tigers, I believe. So, in an epic, historical, colossal, unbelievable upset, the last place 1974 California Angels, who only won 68 games and lost 94. Upset the World Series champions from 1927 and 110-game winning team, Yankees, in 13 epic innings, 8-5. Nolan Ryan went 9 innings, struck out 13. He got no decision. Thank you very much. As Al Red Sox fan saying, if you like this, please hit the like button. If you've subscribed already, thank you very much. If not, you want, subscribe. That way you come back and join us for more and share. Health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye, and God bless. And don't forget, check out if you want to be in the sub league. I'm going to be starting that up pretty soon. I'm going to have a video sometime in the coming week of the people who are in it and the teams they've picked. So take care. Bye-bye. God bless.